Along the coastal edge of Lagos State, where the Atlantic tide meets the Palms, lies a town rich in memory, Badagry. Known today for its role in the transatlantic slave trade, Badagry holds stories that still whisper through its streets, its monuments, and its people. Among the most powerful and controversial figures in this history was a man named Seriki Abass. His story begins not in glory, but in chains. Born in the early 1800s in what is now Egun State, Abass belonged to the Yoruba people. As a young boy, he was captured during an intertribal conflict, one of many battles that fed the slave routes of West Africa. He was sold to Portuguese slave traders and transported across the Atlantic to Brazil. There, Abass spent years in bondage under a Brazilian master. But unlike many others, his story took an unexpected turn. In Brazil, Abass was taught to read, write, and speak fluent Portuguese, a rare skill that would later define his life. After gaining his freedom, he returned to West Africa, eventually settling in Badagry, a town already deeply involved in the slave trade. Using his language skills and deep connections, Abass became a translator and merchant for European and Brazilian traders. Over time, he amassed wealth, land, power, and ultimately, slaves. He became a key figure in Badagry's slave trade, building trust with European merchants and negotiating the sale of African captives. His home became a center of trade and transaction. And then, the Barracoon was built. The Seriki Abass slave barracoon was a holding facility, a series of cramped clay rooms where human beings were kept, shackled in silence, awaiting their journey across the sea. It could hold up to 40 captives at a time, often packed tightly for days, sometimes weeks, until ships arrived to take them away forever. The chains used in the barracoon still exist today. The scars they left on history cannot be erased. Abass's rise was remarkable, from a boy in chains to one of the most powerful African slave dealers in the region. He earned the title Seriki, a mark of status. He built multiple homes, took over 100 wives, and was known for his wealth and influence. Yet, his legacy remains heavy. He was both a victim of slavery and a master of it. A man who knew its pain, but profited from its continuation. Today, the Seriki Abass Barracoon still stands in Badagry, a haunting reminder of what once was. Thousands of visitors walk through its narrow halls each year, reading the names, touching the rusted chains, and reflecting on the generations that were lost. It is both a place of remembrance and reckoning. To some, Seriki Abass was a survivor, a man who used the tools of his time to rise. To others, he is a symbol of betrayal, one who sold his own people. But history is never simple. It is layered. It is human. And through stories like his, we understand that even those with power were often shaped by systems much larger than themselves. This is the story of Seriki Abass of Badagry, a name carved into the sands of time. If you want to explore more hidden histories, forgotten heroes, and the cultural legacy of the Egun people, subscribe to African Folktales Realm. We tell our stories. Because if we don't, who will?